I've got a very interesting problem this week, both for myself and for you. How do we regain or revive our love for learning once again? I'll be the first to admit that I've completely lost touch of my childish curiosity and deep internal authentic motivation. Not the forced type of motivation, but the one you genuinely had as a kid or a teenager growing up. And the interesting thing is that it tends to happen at the same time for everyone. You have this deep curiosity and motivation up until you head to university or even worse, full-time work. Then it all seems to vanish. The education system is all right, don't get me wrong. You can learn some useful information taking the traditional route. But the methodology, the foundation, the system takes its form, comes from the industrialized age, which is not helpful when it comes to developing a deep curiosity for learning. This loss of joy and excitement for learning goes over most people's head. And that's okay because time does indeed go fast. We're only here for a short period of time. But if you step back from the entire situation and see it not from a human's perspective, but from someone who partakes in the system but is not of it, you can generally see it for yourself. Before, during, and after people lose their spark. It's during those specific phases of preparing for university, studying at university, and the end goal, which is full-time work. Because what you have to realize is that you don't go to university for no reason. Yes, most people do it because they're supposed to, but there is an end goal, and that end goal is often an unfulfilling and uninspiring job. And no wonder why those are the phases where most people lose their zest for life. The brutal fact is how people will watch this video and simply deny it. They're denying reality. But you get exactly what you want here on earth. If you want to deny reality, reality will deny you. Don't be shocked when reality doesn't give you what you desire simply because your beliefs are the opposite to it. That's not on anyone but you. Just simply see it for what it is. Don't try to analyze or judge it. See how people who want to learn stuff and think they can learn it well through school and the certain frameworks that school uses doesn't revamp their curiosity or desire to learn, but actually slaughters their passion. It kills their love for learning and their curiosity in that topic of interest. So we have a humongous question. How do we intelligently navigate through the obstacles we have to regain our curiosity and passion for learning? You have to understand and accept that school is all about grades, numbers, stats, performance assessments. Your worth is simply reduced to a piece of statistic. Who remembers results day where everyone would receive their results and the first thing that they would do is ask others what they got? And I get it, it's not just about the school system. People do this later on in their jobs, they do it in their own personal lives, practically with anyone they interact with. But you can't deny that most of this stems from the system which raised us. There are some things we can learn from video games. One is that video games do learning extremely well. When you start a new game, it's all based on skill matching, which means that your level will always match the level of the challenge you take. School is terrible at this. Different students have different skill levels, but all students do the same curriculum. So for the students who are too advanced, the work is too boring and not fun. For the students who are behind, the work is impossible, therefore boring, and certainly not fun. I don't know about you, but I belong to that second group. But here's the most important part. This is the trap most people fall into, which consumes them of most of their energy. Don't fight, criticize, rant. I am kind of ranting right now, but let's put that to one side. Or try demolishing the system, but instead be self-aware. Recognize internally that there is an external problem. It actually has nothing to do with you. All you need to do is admit, this isn't my definition of education. School is all about grades. It's just a reality that should be accepted and not resisted. One common assumption belief. That's very important. We develop a belief which stays with us for the rest of our lives. It's how a high grade means you're set for life. This is a big problem because we determine our entire lives, self-identity, as well as self-worth upon a single grade. And that is predominantly the single factor that displaces your love for learning. Now, deep it with me. Why wouldn't you feel down? For the average person, 90% of your mind is devoted to pursuing higher grades, while the rest is devoted to entertainment and escapism. It is absolutely inevitable that you give in to distractions. Imagine giving 90% of yourself into something you inherently don't care about. How else would you keep going? How else would you be motivated? You're going to find a way to escape, and for most people that's instant gratification. People don't try to find a different escapism method, one that serves them better, because anything apart from instant gratification is a hard game to play. A truthful but brutal joke is that I can't tell you one thing that I've learned from school that has been useful to me. Not one thing. School doesn't talk about things that are actually useful. I came out of school not even knowing which bank account to set up for myself, how to manage your finances, how to master your emotions, the importance of meditation, the importance of life experience, philosophy, economics, personal development, self-actualization, how to think critically, how to focus, how to develop mental capacity to deal with catastrophes, how to develop a strong and rigid character. You can't find any of those in school. So the only way is to take on the burden of self-education. From all of this, one thing we can't deny is that we're all losing our joy for learning. Now, if you don't care about learning, then this isn't for you. But if you do, please take on the responsibility to educate yourself. You don't need to leave school, but you can sacrifice distractions. Replace that time with writing, filmmaking, photography, social media, not scrolling, but producing. Read books and articles, watch podcasts, engage in discussions on life, relationships, self-actualization, philosophy, timeless advice, things that will help you down the road. Build your mind on wealth, business, emotional mastery, success. Take action on the foundations and principles you learn from the book, video, course, or whatever medium you consume from. Try it out, because at the end, you need to bite the bullet, despite the costs. Be a self-taught genius. Don't leave school, navigate through the system, and view the laborious and mundane tasks as an act of character building. As for the video games concept we spoke on earlier, always look to match the level of your skill to the level of your challenge in absolutely anything that you do. Otherwise, you're back at school. That's all from me. Like, comment, subscribe. All of my links are down in the description, and I'll see you on the next one.